Oh boy! Wow. Week 15 just ended yesterday. Yeah. The the sports world, well, the world overall, was hit with a terrible, terrible outbreak of the Omicron variant of COVID, and the sports world is no exception. It hit badly in the participating leagues, the NBA, the NHL, and the NFL. And of course, the NHL is a whole other story. They've had to go on a pause that actually started today, um, and no NHL players are going to the Winter Olympics to so they could make up for the games that were moved. 50 games were postponed. But as for the NFL, the the schedule had to be juggled. The schedule had to be juggled, and that meant I had to write my story. Of course, I myself wrote my story on Vocal on that Tuesday night right after it ended. So it'll be up on the description below once it's published. So check it out when you can. As for the week itself, it was a pretty eventful week. It started with the overtime thriller between the Chiefs and Chargers, which saw no field goals kicked by the Chargers because the coach decided, hey, let's just go for fourth down every time. Even when they were like goal to goal range, they decided to go for it. So yeah, it was crazy. They of course they lost by a touchdown, 6 points, and had those field goals been kicked, it would be a whole different story. Um, Speaking of crazy decisions costing the team, John Harbaugh did it again. Um, the game against the Packers, they managed to get in the end zone, come within one, but Harbaugh again decides let's go for it all, go for the two, and they didn't get it. Now, uh, it's a supposed game winning play, but there's a problem though. Even if they got the 2 pointer, even if they got the 2 pointer, there's still 42 seconds and a touchdown left for Aaron Rodgers. To him, that's eternity. So Ravens weren't winning this game anyway. It was a very inane move to to, to to go for two when you're playing against the goat and he can do a lot in little time. Just ask the 49ers. Hell, ask the Lions. So that loss really continued the Ravens' downward spiral. But more importantly, the Packers took care of the North Division for the third straight year. So we're the first team to clinch a spot in the playoffs, and now the focus is the number one seed. We have a good chance, pretty good chance of getting it. We have a better chance of getting it than we did last year. Because last year, even though we were kind of last year was kind of like a crapshoot, but we ended up getting number one anyway. But yeah, we have a pretty good chance of locking up home field once again. But we'll see how the next few weeks treats us. Um, what in the world's going on with the Cardinals? I mean, it's fascinating. I still remember they were ahead of us in the overall NFC standings, and I remember thinking as a Packers fan, okay, we need to pass them. Okay, well, we don't need to pass, we need to tie them. All I have to do is tie them. We beat them, so we got the head to head. We just got to win and hope they slip out a banana peel. They've been slipping out quite a few of them lately. I mean, I didn't expect this, to be honest. I thought it was going to be like a arduous thing because Arizona, they're not pushovers. They are not pushovers. Got a great quarterback in Kyler Murray, a good receiving core, a good running game, amazing defense, but they just have problems. Uh, the Lions beat them. The Lions beat them. And I saw this. I mean, I saw the schedule. I saw that they're playing Detroit. I went, oh, well, that's a free W. I mean, they're not Minnesota. Minnesota loses to anybody. So loses to anybody. Arizona, and of course the Cardinals were hit with the news that their top receiver, Johnny Hawkins, be out for the rest of the regular season. But I thought, they'll still beat Detroit. They don't need D-Hop against the Lions. No. Even D-Hop wouldn't have saved them. 30-12 was the final score. Detroit mollywopped them. I couldn't believe it. Arizona is on a downward spiral. It seemed like them getting number one was a possible inevitability. Now they may not win the division because the Rams won one of the Tuesday games, one of the moved Tuesday games. So now that big stranglehold they had in the NFC West, it's gone. It's gone. They are tied for the division, but Arizona's the first place team due to the division record because they split against the Rams. They split that season series, and if the season ended right now, we'd be looking at a third meeting between the Cardinals and Rams this time in the playoffs. And it would be in Arizona, which may not be a good thing for the Cardinals. Remember, they've lost 4 games and 3 of them were at home. Ooh boy. But anyway, So, onto another team that's, well, not free falling, but they've got problems. The Buccaneers. First off, I just want to say, there's a special place. There's a special place in psychiatric hospitals for people who say Tom Brady's the GOAT, because he once again proves that statement's a fallacy. The man got shut out at home by a Saints team with a suspect defense and a backup quarterback. Brady can't seem to beat these backups. Yeah. The Packers might have got mollywopped by the Saints this year, but they had their starter. They had Winston. They had Jameis Winston out there. It was an actual starting quarterback, and Rodgers actually put up points in that game. Brady didn't do that. 9-0. I've seen baseball scores higher than that. He just cannot beat the Saints. I mean, even Rodgers got a win in Santa Clara, which seems to be rare. But he just cannot win against the Saints, no matter what the circumstance. And now about three-fourths of a security blanket is pretty much out. Leonard Fournette's out for the rest of the regular season. He might be back for the playoffs, and they are going to make it. They're going to make it. They're going to win that division. They should. They should still win the division. I think it's one of the receivers is out, which means they'll have to rely on AB. Ah, yes, AB. But I'm laughing. I'm really laughing at this because, boy, does Bruce Arians look like a two-faced hypocrite. Arians was kind of against signing AB. And then he infamously said, if he screws up once, he's gone. Well, he screwed up. All he did was break the law by being stupid enough to have a fake vaccination card. Is he gone? Nah. Even at this moment, you can hear Bruce Arians kissing up to AB right now. Because he knows good and damn well he has a quarterback that can't win a game without a security blanket. He needs all the help he could get. Otherwise, he's screwed. I said this before. You ever seen Linus without his blue blanket? Multiply that by 1,000. You have Brady without his receivers. It's a mess. Good thing my 12 actually knows how to do without. But that's another story. Anyway, yeah, and speaking of people who've had to eat some crow, Cole Beasley, I have to mention this. Cole Beasley tested positive. Remember before the season started, this idiot actually said he wasn't gonna get vaccinated because I'm never gonna catch it. Well, he caught it. I read he deleted his Twitter too because he knew he was gonna get it. He's still getting it as he should because he's a moron. But anyway, of course the Bills haven't really needed him because Josh Allen hasn't really thrown the ball to him. But the Bills got a win against Carolina. They needed that to kind of keep pace with New England. New England actually lost that Saturday game against the Colts. Their winning streak's over, but they still have a good lead. They still have a lead in the AFC East. They could actually win the division this week because they play each other. All they have to do is beat the Bills, That's it. They win the East, and they'll sweep the season series, which is yeah. So yeah, the Bills need to get it together, and the Chiefs. Well, I told you because the Chiefs are back in number one. They need to. Both teams kind of need to keep pace with them. The Steelers got a good win against Tennessee, and the Browns. They tried. They almost beat the Raiders, but the Raiders pulled it out at the end. The Bears got eliminated with their loss to Minnesota. Cousins threw for 80. I think it was 87 yards total in that game. That's all it took to beat the Bears. Bears are a pathetic team, aren't they? They are, and it amazes me. As bad as the Blackhawks have been doing, the Bears still managed to be the most pathetic thing in sports in Chicago. It amazes me. It amazes the hell out of me. So, but at least they get to celebrate one thing. Now that they're eliminated, the Bears fans can count down the number of days until Matt Nagy gets the pay slip. They're gonna party like it's 1985 when that happens. But yeah. So that's pretty much those are the vital games that happened. Of course, the Week 15 ended with Philly beating Washington in a key NFC East game. So both teams are jockeying for position in that NFC playoff race. It's crazy. The full scenarios aren't out yet, which annoys me. Which annoys me. I know some. I don't know all of them. I know 5 divisions can be clinched this week. As soon as I find the scenarios, I'll report them back on YouTube very soon. But that's my recap of Week 15. Again, my story on Vocal on Week 15. When it's published, it'll be in the description below, so feel free to check it out. Click the like button. You like this video. Click subscribe. You want more of this. Week 16 will kick off with the Thursday Night Football finale. Titans hosting the 49ers. And then on Christmas Day, it's the Packers. The reigning, defending, undisputed NFC North champion Packers hosting the Browns. And I read Baker's supposed to be back for that game, so that's something for Cleveland. I don't know about Jarvis Landry, but I read Baker's supposed to start. I believe he is. For the Browns. That's one game. The other game is the Cardinals hosting the kind of red-hot Colts. They need to figure out a way to stop Jonathan Taylor. Otherwise, they could lose their division lead. And they could lose their division lead because the Rams are playing the Vikings. So that's an easy win for them because everybody beats Minnesota. Giants and Eagles face each other in the NFC East battle. Like I said, Bills and Patriots head-to-head. The Patriots win. They win the division. Buccaneers face the Panthers. Bucks win. They win their division. Lions. Speaking of the Lions, I have to mention this. The Lions are 2-2-1 their last 5 games. Isn't that something? Steelers are in Kansas City. That's kind of an uphill battle for them. Ravens and Bengals face each other in the battle for first place in the AFC North. Sunday night football game is Washington and Dallas. Dallas can clinch the division with a win, and I think a win or Philadelphia loses. And the Monday night game is Miami and New Orleans. So that's my recap of Week 15. I'll be back to announce these clinching scenarios for 16, and I'll recap Week 16 next week. So stay tuned.